If you build it, he will come. Hello everyone, this is Mike Goran. Welcome to my perfect playthrough of Friday the 13th on NES. Well, since this was Halloween, and this would be my 13th perfect playthrough, I decided that my first Halloween episode should be on, well, Friday the 13th. Now, here are the conditions, and this is why I decided to start with Debbie. Because she's the only one that's in the cave area right here. So, what I like to do... First, let me go over the rules on how... behind a perfect run of this game, and how to conduct one. Number one, you need to make sure all camp counselors and that all 30 children are alive till the very end. And, even though someone's in danger, I'm going to ignore the problem for now. I'll explain why in a bit. The second thing is we need to get all the items in the area. In the entire game. Now, I'm only going after the expendable items, so none of the, temporary stuff. Well, I do get the flashlights. The way I see it, you really only need the knife and then the blowtorch later on. Now, what I like to do, the strategy that I would recommend when pursuing a perfect run, is you always want to start with someone in the cave region, which is the region that I'm in. Number one. And, number two, oh yeah, we have to defeat Pamela Voorhees 3 times, as well as Jason Voorhees. Again, without losing a single counselor or child. Alright, so... who's in danger? Mark. Okay, so Mark's our next guy that we're gonna play as. At the start, your number one concern is simply arming everyone with a key, and you specifically want to make sure that everyone has a key and a knife. The reason for this, to do that, you have to kill a certain number of enemies in the overworld. Actually, I chose to go to Chris instead of Mark because if I try to exit with Mark, I could get attacked by Jason. So this is how I handle things. First of all, I decided that to prioritize anyone in either the lake or cave areas of the stage, and the reason for this is so I could farm for the necessary items, kill enough zombies, get some items. So where am I going? Because I can't go in that large cabin yet. You basically only want to go in the large cabins to collect items, and oh yeah, we need to get all the 10 messages, and light all 7 fireplaces with all 6 characters. So you don't want to just arm yourself with all 6 characters. You want to make sure everybody gets some. Now, for the record, I did use some invincibility cheat code as well as a walk faster cheat code. This is really because this playthrough was absolute torture. On top of my already hectic schedule, I was basically having technical issues left and right with this one. It's almost like this ROM in particular is haunted. So you need a lot of the fireplaces so you can get the flashlight and unlock all the other remaining messages. Alright, I'm back into controlling Debbie, because she's the one in danger now. I also you gave a cheat code for make the children invincible, but I don't. That was only as a security measure. In actuality, I decided to do George next because he was at a place where I could arm him really quickly. You want to try to get someone in a spawn where there's a key and a knife. Uh-oh. Alright, and this is how you avoid unnecessary encounters with Jason. It's not foolproof. By the way. It's not foolproof. Uh-oh. Okay, good. There's no Jason, so I'm gonna exit the large cabin and then re-enter. And that's something I recommend. If possible, if you see zombies walking away off screen, or if you see the screen stop scrolling, try to find an exit so you can escape Jason. It could be a cabin, and you can tell if Jason in particular took up residence inside a cabin because of the health bar. It's not there if he's not there. Alright. And I still want to get this remaining cabin. I forgot to mention that the characters, they actually move around on their own from time to time. So they can leave the cabin and go somewhere else whenever. It is an automatic process if you go into a cabin with another camp counselor and decide to swap to someone else for any reason. The reason why I'm not jumping, and this is the main reason why I have invincibility codes. This doesn't keep my characters safe if I leave them behind in a cabin. So if Jason's attacking them, you've got about 60 seconds to go save them. Of course, you can just swap to said counselor being attacked, and that'd be the end of it. And I'm not following Jason on the right-hand side because that's a bad idea. Actually, I get quite a bit of work done with George here. Gonna pick up that potion there. And George is basically done with that area. Now, in general, the reason why I want to start in with someone in the cave area first is so I could take out Pamela. And the reason why I want to... Otherwise, you go to the lake. If there's no one there, you start the lake because that's where the two easiest campfires are to light. The next two being in the cave area. This is why I always do the southwest one first. And for the record, this is also why I prioritize getting the knife. Making sure everyone's armed with a knife first. And I actually do quite a bit of damage with George before I was forced to switch. He's way too far away to reach number 5, cabin number 6, I believe. Yeah, it would have been cabin number 6. There are 7 large cabins. You need to light the fireplace in all 7 of them. And that's outside the forest series, in which case then there's like 10 of them. But only one of those 3 hidden large cabins is important. Alright. What the hell? Alright, I think I decided to just move George someplace closer to... And Laura looks like she's next. So, move George closer to the east cabin in order to try saving some time. As well as to avoid having George confront Jason when he inevitably circles back to when Jason inevitably circles back to the cave site. Unfortunately, you just witnessed the consequence for, Okay. I actually kind of forgot that I need, at this point, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, I need to get Laura's kill count. Okay, good, I got the knife. Yeah, because you can't... Okay, you can't pick up items without getting the lighter. You also can't light fireplaces without the lighter. You can't pick up messages without the lighter. Actually, no, the vast majority of them you can't even do without the knife. In fact, there's only 2 messages that spawn without the knife, and they both require the lighter still, so... I always forget where this message is. Now, the southwest cabin has 2 messages, but I always get the second one last because you need the flashlight to get that one. And I always do the large cabin the far north last. Alright, and right now I'm just trying to arm myself. I got the key and some medicine. Yeah, I don't need to go any further yet. So I just have to hurry up and switch to Debbie here. Now you're supposed to make attempts to dodge Jason's attacks by holding down and then pressing left or right. You might see me doing this on accident from time to time. And I think you're supposed to do that with Pamela as well. However, there is very little in the way of a warning on when that's set to happen. Okay, I realized I need I enter the cave and I was like, okay, why is anything spawning? And I keep forgetting it's because I need I need to kill enough enemies. Keep in mind that my objective is first and foremost is to make sure everybody has a knife and a key. And some of those knives and keys are a bit out of the way. Okay, good. I got the knife. Let's pick that up. And I'm gonna raid this cave with Mark here. And I got the key, and the knife, and some medicine. And yeah, I'm just gonna raid this cave of its remaining contents. Technically, there are some other weapons that only really spawn after you get their corresponding messages, but alright, I'm going to try to knock out the cave fireplaces first. Mark needs one more potion. Needs one. Actually, they're called vitamins. Now I'm really pushing my luck here because unlike the camp counselors who have health bars, the children do not. So leaving them alone with Jason for any length of time could result in their death. So trying to figure out what's my game plan here. I'm looking at I was actually looking at my notes to figure out what I want to do, and ultimately okay, I gotta make sure I know where I'm going. Laura, I completely underestimated how slow Laura was. Me on the brink at the nick of time. Even though there's a cheat code protecting the children from Jason, I still make an effort to try to save them because, you know, people would actually. The first child dies after 30 seconds, along with Jason, and then the rest is basically incremental. You know, the second dies after 40 seconds. The third after 50 seconds, the fourth after 55 seconds, and then once the time runs out, 5 out of 15 children are dead. And you get game over if you either lose all the children or all the camp counselors. Alright, so... Alright, at that point, I actually kind of realized that Alright, okay. It's not this cabin, I forgot. This is one of the 2 cabins that you just need a lighter in order to, trigger the, message to spawn. Yeah, I think Paul right here, he's slow as molasses across the board. And this is when I basically realized that, oh yeah, I need a knife. Paul is the only character right now who doesn't have a knife. Incidentally enough, he's one of the first characters that I complete his route on. And I decided that if I was gonna have to go off the beaten path and go to the Route 4. And I also realized too, hey look, I can actually just walk there. So everybody's now armed. The only thing that Paul's missing is a key. Okay. I don't know why I don't think, hey, I should probably go. Eventually comes to my attention that you're probably better off fighting Jason on the right-hand side because everybody in this game appears to be left-handed. And I went a little too far, so I'm re-entering the cabin. And jeez, I can't... Jason's not moving. So I'm basically just taking my time, just trying to make sure Jason gets some distance. And here's the key. And I'm trying to make my way back to, By the way, you're not seeing this flickering. There is a walkthrough on GameFAQs that actually explains to you how to make your way through the, woods. And I only go through the northern woods, because the southern woods is basically mirrored of the northern woods, except it doesn't have any of the extra content that we need. It's just redundant. Alright, so... now I'm making my way to the caves because Jason hasn't been bothering anyone for quite a while. And there are no messages whatsoever in the northwest corner. In fact, the northwest, the large cabin, the northwest of the cave entrance, is the only large cabin outside of a couple of the secret ones in the woods that doesn't have a message. I don't know why. Said there's a message in one of the hidden woods. And there's 10 messages in total. Southwest of the lake has 2 of them. The second one spawns after you get the flashlight, though. And then the one in the north has 3 messages, which basically spawn after you. And I don't know who's in danger yet, so I'm just gonna make my way to the east cabin. I don't wanna pick up the medicine because it's gonna be for someone else. Alright, this message in particular tells you where you can find the torch. For the record, aside from the rocks and knives, you got the machete, you got the axe. You know, upgradable weapons include the machetes and axes, which, by the way, Jason does pick those up. But the main ones are the torches and pitchfork. There's only one pitchfork in the game, and you have to beat Pamela on the second day. Yeah, at that point I decided I'm gonna go to Mark's aid. Now I stop attacking Jason when he starts blinking rapidly for a couple reasons. Number one, if I actually had some really good luck with Jason. I wasn't attacked by anyone. So I decided to just finish out Paul's route. And for the secret message right there, you go right, up, and then up immediately afterwards. And there's, I think, the axe that looks like an axe. And that's left up, left down to exit on the north side. Go pick up that knife because everybody has one. So, and this cabin has 3 messages, and I can get 2 of those to spawn after I light the fireplace. And don't forget pick up the flashlight, because if you don't, if you turn around, that flashlight is gone forever. And you can't achieve a perfect playthrough of this game without getting everyone the flashlight. Alright. And I'm done with Paul for the time being, so I don't want to go for the... And after you get all the messages and light all but one of the messages and light all the fireplaces, I like to stop with the grinding with that one person. I want to do George next because he's actually the closest to the east cabin, so I can actually finish his route very quickly. Other characters still need a bit of item grinding because they're missing some vitamins. I think there's like 1 key left. I don't remember. I think I got all the keys, but there might be 1 left. And I have to come to the children's aid, which the good news is it's right on the way to where I need to go, so I don't need to swap anyone out. I can just have George intercept Jason against the children. By the way, you don't want to fight Jason too many times. And I'm taking a gamble going this way. Normally I like to avoid Jason like the plague. Okay, good. Nope, not there. I checked the map just to make sure I don't go the wrong way. I want to go to the north forest so I could enter the east cabin. And I forgot to mention, I like to just leave the camp counselors on their own with Jason for a while. And the reason for this is because, number one, no, not a single camp counselor will die until the timer hits 0, regardless of how much health they've got left. And by the way, you go right to go counterclock. Left and right is going left and right on in the level screens. Doesn't actually literally take you left and right. It actually takes you left goes clockwise, right is counterclockwise. So follow that set of instructions. Don't forget the flashlight. And there's the last message right there for us to pick up. We got one more message left with George, and like the torch, I like to skip out on that. And it looks like Debbie's next. And another reason why I like to stall saving the camp counselors as much as possible, because getting into constant fights with Jason will eventually force you to fight him to the death. You know, if camp counselor gets low on health, or if Jason gets low on health, then you will be forced to fight him until one of you falls. And general rule of thumb is that Jason likes to go counterclockwise. Every once in a while he'll break that trend to go clockwise instead, but those are exceptions, not the rules. So I'm basically... Debbie just turned up at the lake area after she's only been to the 2 cabins in the cave, by the cave, so, this was actually quite convenient that she turned up here on her own. Because again, a reminder, the camp counselors will wander on their own from time to time. Of course, we now need to go to the southwest cabin, because on the main road, because we fulfilled the conditions in spawning the message here. It requires that you read the message southwest in the large cabin southwest of the lake in order to get this message to spawn. Most of them you either just need the torch and or the knife. Most of them you need the knife, or at the very least the lighter. Now I'm just gonna go. Since Mark is on the way, I might as well just fight Jason here. There is a chance that I don't have to risk following Jason, because I believe Jason likes to cut through the South Forest, en route to his next destination. But just to be sure, I decided to just cut through the lake area, because Jason will not go there. Alright, pick up the medicine, and now Debbie's done with inventory. Flashlight notwithstanding. Flashlight and torch notwithstanding. And, oh, I did not know that Jason was in here. Jeez, I lucked out here. And yes, I know this game's LJN. Bunch of laughing, joking numbnuts. Anyways, I'm just gonna cut through here, pick up the message here, and then I'm gonna make my way to the northern cabin. Again, it's left, down, left up, left down. Uh-oh. Now I have no idea where I turned up. But I somehow turned up exactly where I needed to be. I have to remember that right is counterclockwise, so... Yeah, I do think that the map could have been handled a bit better. And don't forget the flashlight. Anyways, I'm basically proving that this can be done, a perfect playthrough conceptually. Really the hard part is basically getting the right RNG to start the game, so you could avoid Jason like the plague, and keeping tabs on your step count. Eventually, though... Alright, I'm gonna move to who I have left. Chrissy. So... Alright, Chrissy has not lit any of the, fireplaces in this section, so... It's very convenient that Chrissy wound up here, of all places. Alright. Oh, that's nice. So now I'm probably gonna make my way southwest to the southwest cabin on the main road. And for the record, it doesn't matter who fights Pamela on any given day. You just need to beat her 3 days in a row. Alright. So, next stop is the east cabin on the main road. Now, Chrissy and Mark are the two fastest characters in the game. And, yeah, I need to come to the children's rescues. And, she's actually a faster roarer of the boat than Mark is. Shouldn't Mark be a faster on the rowboat than Chrissy? I mean, that takes amazing arm strength to row a canoe by yourself. And though a woman can do it, I would reckon that men could actually row a boat faster than a woman can. Just a hunch. And again, I've not seen Friday the 13th Part 3, so I don't know who these characters are. I suspect that the weakest and the slowest characters are the ones that died, whereas the best overall characters were the last survivors. Maybe a death between the two of them, I don't know. By the way, this game was actually, even though this is an LJN published game, this game was actually developed by Atlas. Yes, that Atlas of the Persona series. Alright, he's attacking a camp counselor. Good, he's occupied. And now we make our way to the north cabin. And, I think I should, take this time to let everybody know that you want to make sure that everybody gets at least one key. And here, because Chrissy's still missing, is still short 2 vitamins, I decided that I should have her loot those 2 vitamins in, screen 1. As well as get the last snipe in the game. And alright, and I remember to take the flashlight here. So yeah, the technical issues basically involved my videos constantly splitting every like 10 seconds. The reason why it's formatted the way that it is here is so I could actually get the reason why it's formatted the way that it is with the 4:3 ratio is literally so I could record the video above 10 without the video splitting every 10 seconds. So now it's every 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Because of crap like this, I had to use save states for this run. And something I forgot to mention way back, you want to make absolute certain that everybody has a key. There's only 6 keys in the entire game, 1 for each camp counselor, so you do not want to double up on keys with anyone. I don't know what I was doing. Back there, so... I keep forgetting where those messages are from time to time. And yes, I literally did this late last night after I got home from work. I honestly was expecting this episode, even with all the compromises I had to make, to take me for freaking ever. But at this rate, I started noticing something. I was extremely close to potentially clearing this run in a single night. Like, keep in mind, well, at least clearing night 1 in a I mean, yes, it's taking an awful long time for me to, because I'm still on night 1, like, it's 39 minutes into the run, even as we speak, and we're still on night 1. I don't know why I hesitated. Probably because I didn't know which direction Jason was gonna be. So, yeah, Laura is actually the 3rd fastest character. She's just really slow on the rowboat. Alright, so I know that's in a cave area. That's way out of the way, so I want to, at the very least, make absolutely certain that I actually light the furnace and collect the messages. Laura is the only... I believe Laura's the only character that's missing a vitamin. There is still one vitamin. Laura, maybe one other character. is still missing a vitamin, and they are gonna be in the northern forest. So I gotta cut through that forest, and I got everything in screen 3, which is the south exit. And everything, and I think everything in screen 2, and everything in screen 4 for sure. Okay, here is the last vitamin, I'm sure of it. And everything in screen 1, I know that one. Because I cleared out screen 1 with Chrissy. Pick up the flashlight. It's easy to forget about the flashlight because once you turn around, that flashlight is gone forever. And what does the flashlight do? Number 1, it spawns some of these messages, and number 2, it lights up the caves. We'll see the latter effect in days 2 and 3. Alright, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna swap into Debbie. You need to come to Debbie's aid. Now Debbie's got everything sorted out. I just need to make sure she doesn't die. Look at my notes. Who do I have left? Mark. Okay. Alright, so Mark has not yet done the lake. Has not, to the best of my knowledge, done the lake cabins yet. No, he hasn't. Because that's an easy one to spawn. You just need to get the lighter. So Mark is the last character left that's still missing some stuff. Or no, it's a little further. Yeah, he's missing a vitamin. So the last vitamin would be in screen 2. With the east cabin with the message in it. I realized something, that I need to go to the southwest cabin now. Because, I largely ignored Mark after I cleared the cave section, only coming to his aid, like, once or twice. Now Jason is actually, getting very, very persistent because I've got a couple of characters in the cave area, in the, cave region. So... I'm just gonna... I guess so. I want to make doubly sure that Paul has everything. Pretty sure these are characters from the movie, from Friday the 13th Part 3. But I don't know because I have not seen the movie. I've seen the original Friday the 13th and I've seen one of the sequels, the one with the kid the kid and the girl that survived, and the kid surfaced back up as an adult in another one of the sequels. Saw parts of that film. The kid where the kid grows up to be a man who completely loses his mind. Alright, so... Yeah, this is basically telling you straight out that Jason's kryptonite is the torch. But we'll get the torch with each of the camp counselors later. Oops. Alright, because the children are now in danger, I need somebody that's actually close. And now everyone has the flashlight. And soon everybody's gonna have 9 of 10 messages. That is when the last portion of my perfect playthrough comes into play. Getting everyone to get the last message in that torch before taking on Jason. That actually makes Jason super easy. Alright. I need to find someone who's actually close to, Looks like George is the closest. Which can't be good because George is as slow as balls thrower, so... Oops. And here's the last message. That's 10 out of 10 messages acquired, 7 out of 7 fireplaces lit, and all the items acquired. All I need is to arm George with a torch and I'm good to go. Jason has just barely enough health left over. Jason has just barely enough health left over that I could actually fight him here and not risk. He has enough health that he would still run away, but barely. I have to row back to the left because that's where you get the torch with George. Alright, first I thought it was this house, but it isn't. Okay, I'm nearing a part of a video recording error. And what happened was that I basically lost footage of this next part that's about to come up. And, I have not yet figured out where the torch is supposed to spawn. So I'm basically checking every corner, and I literally forgot one. Right here. Wait, what? And here's the edit. What happened was, I basically moved Paul to a small cabin, and then I took control over Laura, went to that cabin, pick up the last message. And for whatever reason, it didn't record that section, and I didn't notice till way late. Luckily, I had the rewind feature, but it didn't rewind all the way, so pardon the interrupt. I don't remember why I swapped to Laura, specifically, because everyone else I did in order. First Mark. And everybody follows the power of picking up the last message. I think Jason's cutting through the North Forest, which is why I haven't run into him yet. So I got a lot of good RNG help with this run. Again, it basically boils down on getting your patterns, trying to arm everyone. Hopefully Jason doesn't crop up right away. Or if he does, you can avoid him as much as possible. and getting your route down pat. You know, the same 5 cabins are the 5 cabins we go to first, in whatever order. The southwest corner of the main road being either the 3rd or the 5th one. And here's the torch. Go in here. And I already did Laura, so I'm switching to Debbie. It's really good fortune that I've not run into Jason at all while picking up this last message or getting the torch. By the way, one camp counselor will only ever stay in any particular small cabin at a time. You try to leave 2 of them, then when you go to swap for another camp counselor, you will end up that camp counselor will follow you. Will then turn up in that same cabin. Basically, it's clue rules. And finally, Chrissy wound up right outside the lake itself, so her journey is a very easy one to make. I did not alter anyone's jump commands, and the reason for this is because the characters I brought into the cave, because the jump command was really only useful for navigating the caves, and that's it. Ooh, Jason's in this one. Alright, so now I need to try to track him down. Because you take enough health against Jason, he won't run away. Where is he? There you are! Hey, I got something for ya! Fire! 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 And I'm sorry it took all of 52.5 minutes to clear day 1 of this game. But I promise you, days 2 and 3 are gonna fly by very, very fast. Especially since everyone is armed to the teeth with those torches. And I've realized I have to press start. I want Chrissy to enter the caves. But, I realized that Jason wound up spawning right outside the children's hut, so I have to come to their rescue first. Luckily, even with the torch, Jason still will still take multiple encounters in order to defeat him. Because he will run away after you deal a certain attack him a certain number of times. I think like 10 or 12 times. Every 10 to 12 hits you levy against him, he will run away. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's like 8. Around that range. So now, I'm going to play as Chrissy, make my way all the way to the cave. So she can take on, Pamela Voorhees, the villain from the first Friday the 13th. The reason for this is because the item that Pamela Voorhees drops can only be worn by women, and Chrissy's the best female in the game, followed by Laura. Alright, and now Chrissy's sweater right there is just blinking. It's like, where am I going? Alright, I just need to swap control into George, I guess. And I now know that where Jason's going. So I'm just gonna hound Jason repeatedly with George. And I dealt so much damage that he refused to run away, and I defeat him, and that's the end of day 2. 2.5 more minutes to go. Wow, I can't believe it. I'm honestly gonna do it. And Chrissy turned out right outside the cave, so I get to fight Pamela for the third and final time to pick up the ultimate weapon, the pitchfork. Does comparable damage to the torch to Jason. However, it goes through enemies, and the weapon itself is unique. There is only one pitchfork in the entire game, and this is the only way to get it. And only one character can carry it. So, I'm gonna try and make Chrissy be the one that fights him. And it looks like I'm gonna get my wish. And, yeah, everybody regenerates. So, this perfect playthrough is about to wrap up. So, I like to thank everyone who sat through this. I would very much appreciate if you leave a like, comment, subscribe on my channel. I put a ton of effort into this. I thought this playthrough was going to be the death of me. And I'm just trying to get Jason to just spawn constantly. And here it is! We're just about done. Oh god damn it. I can't find him. Where are you, Jason? Alright, there we are. There he is! So with that said, I can finally say these words, Happy Halloween. This is Mike Gordon, signing out.